All right, everybody. This is going to be the Dark Souls boss tier list. Bosses that are jobbers. So this is the definition that I know. Their role is just to be a fucking loser, a bum, make somebody else look good. So that's the criteria we're going off of. First boss is the Iron Golem from Dark Souls 1. I remember him being pretty cool. Don't remember much about him, honestly. I haven't played Dark Souls 1 in a while. I'm going to go with too mainstream to be a jobber because he's not really there to make you look good. He's just everybody knows him. He's kind of like a meme. I'm gonna say he's too mainstream. Gwyn Lord of Cinder, honestly, couldn't tell you the boss fight. Let me look up what he looks like. He's a Lord of Cinder, so I'm gonna say he's probably not a jobber. But then again, there's also Yorm, so I'm gonna put in the don't remember tier list. Great Wolf Sif. I remember this boss fight being kind of troubling for me, even though I was using the rapier. In oh no, not the rapier, the Black Knight glaive or the Black Knight sword. I remember having trouble with this guy, and I actually had to level up and skip him for a little bit. I know he's a pretty popular guy. I remember that being a thing as well. His sword is pretty cool. He's a giant dog. He howls. I'm gonna say he is a core member of the bosses. He's not a jobber. He's not there to make you look good. He will beat your ass if he wants to. Gravelord Nito. I remember this one being kind of lackluster. I forget which game he's from. Probably Dark Souls 2, if I were to guess. Oh, no, hold up. Dark Souls 1. Yeah, this guy is a straight up. I think he's an S tier jobber, if I remember correctly. Same with the damn Gaping Dragon. This thing, he's a bum, bro. He's just there to make you look good. Like, he might be a little bit hard. I don't remember that much, and that's why I have the don't remember tier, but we're going to go Four Kings. Don't remember. Demon Fire Sage. Let me look up a picture. Oh, hold up. Where am I typing it? Okay. Um, Dark Souls 1 boss. I'm going to say, just like the Asylum Demon, he looks the damn same with fire. He is probably he's probably a good jobber, honestly. The Asylum Demon, all those type of bosses, they're not really hard. Same with the demon on the bridge in Dark Souls 3 before the Abyss Watchers. He could throw you off the bridge, but I mean, just break his legs and then he's crawling around like Anakin. Dark Sun Gwendolyn. Don't remember this all at all, actually. Crossbreed Priscilla. You know, don't remember her at all. Chaos Witch Quaylag. I do remember this one. I have not played Dark Souls 1 in a minute. I do remember her being cool. She definitely has some fans. I'm gonna say she's not that much of a jobber. She definitely has a following, and that what she's not a jobber. Taurus Demon. Ooh, this is the guy on the bridge. I remember him. Okay, okay. He, you You can throw like 3 or 4 black fire bombs at him or something, and he folds. But you also got the guys with the arrows shooting down at you, but that's not they're not the boss. I'm gonna say he's an S tier jobber. He's just there to you got bigger things to worry about besides him, like the dragon breathing fire behind you. Let's move on to Centipede Demon. I feel like a lot of the Dark Souls 1 bosses are pretty mid. Centipede Demon. Oh yeah, yeah. This one, he's not up there with the S tier of the jobbers, but he kind of flings his arm out. You hit it a couple times. He dies. That's what I remember from that fight. Ceaseless Discharge. Kind of the same. All these pictures on Google are just orange, and I can't tell what's going on. I'm just gonna say don't remember him. Capra Demon. This guy is very early on in Dark Souls 1, but he does not play around. Okay, this guy, he'll fuck you up with the dogs. I'm gonna say he's a core member, but not because he has a following. Because everyone hates him because he's annoying as fuck. Okay. Dragon Calamite? 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 I don't know who this is. Okay, now we got the Bell Gargoyles. This is the first double boss, I believe, in the series. The Dark Souls series, at least, not including Demon Souls. I never played that one. The Bell Gargoyles will mess you up if you don't know what you're doing. I have no idea if they have a good armor set, but I'm going to say it's a good litmus test for the players. Bed of Chaos, staple of the game. Everybody remembers fighting the Bed of Chaos and falling through the damn floor, and not knowing what to do, and just, what the fuck? Like, how do I kill this guy without falling through the floor? Clearly. Asylum Demon, he is a S tier jobber, okay? You can kill him with a couple black fire bombs, or you could just run past him and dunk on his head. Literally, dunk on his head. If that's not a jobber, I don't know what is. Vendrick, first boss of Dark Souls 2. I'm going to say he is almost, but not quite. Because he can go in a little tantrum and hit you up a little bit. The first boss is always a jobber for the most part. Gundyr, he does not pass the Black Firebomb test, unfortunately. Neither does Asylum Demon or the Taurus Demon. Demon Fire Sage does, clearly. But, like, that is the test. Belt stat, the Royal Ages. Okay. I forget what this guy. Oh, no. This guy. He has some crazy drip. And I remember him. Good armor set. Clearly, this you can't be a jobber if your armor set's this cool. And I remember him giving me trouble even when I was using the rapier with whatever spell I was using. Twin Dragon Riders. Do I remember these guys? Oh. Yeah, these guys are bums. Now they're gonna go. I kind of fucked up the naming on these categories. He's he's a bomb, but I mean, there's like three of them in the game. Oh, well, okay. There's three of them in the game. They kind of gotta be in the almost, but not quite. They're kind of late in the game too, if I remember correctly. IRC slang. Um, let's move on to the Stray Demon. Stray Demon DSR. Wait, this is when you come back? Okay, this was when you come back to the first area. It's the same guy with a different name. Watcher. If you can hear me typing, it's because I don't remember half these boss fights from Dark Souls 2. This is part of the final boss fight, I think. These guys are not jobbers. Plus, they're kind of dripping. I take it back. This guy's not dripping. I'm gonna have to say they're not too mainstream, but it's like a gauntlet of bosses that I don't like. They're kind of jobbers. The Rotten, this guy's got to be a jobber. He's a blobber at least. That's the least I can say. Almost, but not quite, because I think he has a bunch of skeletons that kind of come back up around him, maybe. I kind of forget this guy. The last giant. Giants are always lackluster with their fights. The last giant. They always have. Oh, this is like when you're in the flashback part. I don't really remember this guy. The Duke's Dear Freya. I probably should have played the games before I played this. Before I ranked them. Oh, this thing looks crazy. Oh! I remember this. This is not. No. This is not a jobber boss. This boss is fucked up. And I remember having trouble with this guy. Or girl, if you would. Smelter Demon. He's a demon. I think I know which one this is. This one. No, this one's not a jobber, even though he's a demon. This guy, he has a following. Because the run back to him is terrible. And then the boss, I remember having trouble with this guy. Not a dude I want to mess with. Skeleton Lords. Again. Ooh, I remember this one too. They're kind of annoying with the skeletons, but they're not that hard to kill. I'm gonna say in the two mainstream list. They can be annoying, but that's about it. Sir Alan. I remember this guy. Definitely remember him slightly. I used the rapier when I played the game, so most of the bosses were jobbers. But he looks pretty cool. And he probably took a couple tries. He's gonna go in the good armor set tier. Next. Sin the Slumbering Dragon. I don't remember this at all. Scorpionus Nika. Well, I spelled it wrong apparently. It's not. Oh yeah. She's not a dropper. She's a core member, kind of like one of the other people, maybe her. I don't know. This one was pretty cool. Ruin Sentinels. These guys were annoying as fuck. Good armor set. There's like 3 of them you had to kill at once, which might make them seem like jobbers, but they're not pushover guys. So, yeah. Seath the Scaleless. He kind of like gets you. He pulls your leg the first time you fight him, right? Now, this guy looks cool as fuck, bruh. I forget the actual fight, but nah, he's a core member. Royal Rat Vanguard and Authority, they both have to be jobbers. They're giant rats. I can't do that. Pursuer, he has a good armor set, okay? Even though you can just let the crossbow talk, he's cool. And he's hard to fight if you don't use the cheese. Prowling Magnus and Congregation. Bro, these are S tier droppers. That is an easy ass boss fight with 2 of them in there. Or just one of them and you kill, I forget. But I remember I just ran through these guys. Old Iron King. I remember this boss fight and it being annoying and having a run back. I'm going to say he's not a jobber at all. He's probably a core member. I need more staple of the games, honestly. Old Dragon Slayer. A lot of old guys. Okay, the recording has started. It stopped halfway through for some reason, but now I'm in presentation mode for the tier list. We stopped at Old Dragon Slayer, and I want to make it clear that I put him in the core members tier list. I also changed the name of the tiers because they did not make sense the way I had them before. Nashandra, I don't remember fighting, if I'm being honest. Nithya, the Baneful Queen. What did I put her in? I honestly don't remember fighting her, but she's probably a B tier jobber if I were to guess. That's what I put her in before, yeah. Lud and Zon. Who? Oh, brother. Don't remember this guy, if I'm being for real. The Lost Sinner. This guy was cool. I remember him catching me a couple times. And he's a cool katana, so I'm going to put him in the D tier of jobbers. Sanctuary Guardian. Don't remember this guy, if I'm being for real. Dark Souls 1. Not really remembering this. Looking Glass Knight. Now this guy has a reused boss type of vibe, because I'm pretty sure he literally was reused. And therefore, I'm going to put him in the B tier of jobbers, which I actually put him in the S tier the first time I recorded this because bro's a bum. Guardian Dragon, don't remember that much. Dragons, demons, and rats usually go into the S tier. I'm gonna put him in the A tier because I put him there the first time I recorded this. Giant Lord, also gonna be in the A tier. Oh no, it wasn't rats. It was demons, dragons, giants, and rats. Usually are in the top tier of jobbers. Fume Knight is a core member. Don't care how hard the fight was. You know, that's kind of what this is about. Uh, the beef jerky sword in Dark Souls 3. I mean, everyone, Fume Knight, everyone knows him. And if you don't, you don't know. You gotta be put on the wall. Okay. Flexile Sentry, Dark Souls 2, bottom of the ship. There's nowhere to run. You can't hit him in the back because he's double sided. I'm gonna put him in the C tier. No, the D tier, because that's where I put him last time. I remember running back to him. Not a good run back. That whole area is trash, honestly. And then you get that bullshit for the boss fight. Executioner's Chariot is a C tier jobber. Time waster. If you get hit, you miss out on that cycle. Not a good boss fight, in my opinion. Jobber. Halfway. Elena Squalio Queen, you know? I don't remember her at all. Dark Souls 2, story of my life, bro. Dragon Rider. Now this guy, you can see there's twin Dragon Riders up here. So one of them should be S tier, probably. Plus you can just make them run off the map. There's not really much you can do about that. Demon of Song. This guy's annoying to fight, okay? But he's not hard to fight. He is a B tier jobber. What did I put him in last time? I put him in A tier last time. Dark Lurker. Core dude. He's a core member of the game. He looks cool. I'm pretty sure he's hard to fight. I don't remember if I've beat him or not. Dark Souls 2. He's pretty sick, honestly. And then we move on to some doofus like Pinwheel. And I had a joke in the other video where I looked up Pinwheel and I was like, dude, get this guy off my screen. And I pulled over the tab and it was just a picture of Pinwheels. But apparently Chrome doesn't want me recording my desktop. There's some copyrighted material, apparently. Fuck that, bro. You can't even record shit. Covetous Demon. He falls in the demon list. S tier. Jobber. Sarah Varg and Grave Robber. These guys. I put these dudes in D tier last time because of their aura. I mean, they have like Havel's armor, like the masks or something like that. Don't remember them that much, but there's also 3 of them in one fight. So I gotta move them up to B tier. There's 3 in 1. Okay. Burnt Ivory King. He looks pretty cool. I'm trying to find him on my other tier list that I made. Apparently, don't remember. Can't find him. Belgaros, these were above the other ones. So these are going to be B tier. Because we got, no. Belgargoyles, Dark Souls 1. Same boss, Dark Souls 2. They gotta be jobbers. Ancient Dragon, he falls into the dragon category. He's B tier because he's a time waster, honestly. He really kind of makes it annoying to fight because he can one-shot you. So we're gonna get this guy out of here. B tier. Aldia, Scholar of the First Sin. She's a core member because, you know, final boss, I'm pretty sure. This shit really took a turn for the worse after my video stopped recording. The King's Pet, I don't remember this. I'm pretty sure I didn't fight this guy. And the last one, I don't remember this. Let's get it out the way. Manus, Father Abyss, don't remember him. Now this is where I like this tier list because this is the reason I made, or I had this idea. Okay, Dark Souls 3, I've played so much, and I wanted to make this video. But Dark Souls 3 isn't long enough. There's only however many bosses. I wanted to do the whole thing, so I played all 3 games. But I have not played all 3 games recently. Vort of the Boreal Valley, okay? This is the boss that made me quit for the first time on my first playthrough. I quit for like 2 months, maybe 3. And then I came back and I tried to beat this guy and I persevered and I made it through. We're going to put Vort in the B tier. He can catch you off guard. Okay. But he's an easy boss. Just stand underneath of him. And his second stage, just roll into him. And you can use the Pine Bundle, Golden Pine Bundle. Easy. Half-Light Church, Spear of the Church. So this boss, I said this last time, it really depends on who you have invading. Because if it's a guy like me, it's going to take like 6 or 7 tries. But if it's a guy like Adam, it's an S tier jobber. So we're going to put him in the D tier. But if you've played the second DLC, it really varies. Like, oh yeah, I beat this guy first try, or like, oh, it took me a while because I kept on getting some PvP guys, this and that. D tier boss fight. D tier jobber. Not boss fight. Soul of Cinder, clearly he's a staple of the game. He took me a while to beat. I never actually beat him when I did my level 1 runs. So he was definitely the hardest boss to beat in level 1. Very, very iconic. He's on the cover of the game. Everyone knows him. He's cool as fuck. He's not a jobber. Another staple of the game. This is probably the first hard duo boss fight because you got one fast one slow one. It's not like the gargoyles where they're like the same dude. And the Twin Dragon Riders are the same guy again. We are going to put Ornstein and Samo in staple of the game. Same with Slave Knight Gale. Clearly, same reason. Totally opposite reasons, actually. Bro is one beast. Hard fight, cool music, cool animations. His sword is good in PvP. He's not a jobber at all. Sister Fried. I was saying this earlier. There's 3 tiers to her fight. And if you've beaten the same person 3 times in one fight, like what's the point? C tier, because I remember the fight being kind of hard. So, you know, I just got a text message. What's it saying? Oh yeah, they got some overlap to launch my recruiter. Yeah. Shut up, the homie. Pontiff Sullivan is a staple of the game. As I was saying before Chrome decided to stop my recording, this is the boss that if you beat Pontiff Sullivan, you will beat the game. But if you quit at Pontiff Sullivan for some time, take a month or two off, you don't come back and fight Pontiff Sullivan. You come back and restart the game and then fight Pontiff Sullivan. And you remember, this is where I quit last time. I'm going to make it through. Because you will be way out of your element if you take months off and then come back. Old Demon King. He falls in the demon category. But he has some more lava. And he's a tricky customer. A tier. By far, well, not by far, one of the biggest jobbers in Dark Souls 3 is next up on the list. Osiris, the Consumed King, okay? This guy is not a guy that I lose to anymore. First try, level 1, level 2, level 90, whatever the level, I'm beating him first try. I don't care about his breath or his crystals or his charge. He will die first try. He does have some crazy cut content from the original game, or from the concept where he's killing a baby. Crazy shit. Nameless King, okay? Nameless King is a guy that I don't like to fight. I beat him a couple times. I don't care for this fight. He's tricky. He's sporadic. He has 2 stages. And the depth is way off. The depth is totally off in this boss fight. He's a core member. Everybody knows Nameless King. Don't fuck with him. Now we get to another duo fight. Lothric, the younger prince, and his old head brother, who's not on the list. This is I remember this being a hard boss fight when I first played the game, and even doing challenge runs in level 1 and all that. He can be parried though, so that kind of takes some points off of him. I'm gonna say he is a D tier jobber, just because he has some crazy moments, but he's also the second to last boss, so he should have some crazy moments. Where did I put him in my other list? I put him in a quarter. No. Who cares about my other list? This is Dark Souls 3. Gundyr. And unfortunately, however cool his armor is and how good it is, it does not matter because he does not pass the Black Firebomb test. I'm going to have to put him in B tier. Same with Vort. He does transform halfway through the fight, and he will make some players quit. But you can parry many of his attacks. Just learn how to parry. He transforms, but he doesn't pass the Black Firebomb test. We're skipping this guy. He's clearly an S tier jobber. Same. So when I made this idea, I texted my friend about who is a definite S tier jobber, and Curse Hearted Greatwood was the first one that came to mind. I just look at him. He's a big tree. Nothing cool about him. Moonlight Butterfly, I remember being another time waster boss, because if you didn't get them when they were down, you kind of have to wait a couple minutes to hit them again. More of a rage bait boss, but I don't remember them having a lot of health either, so it's kind of like a nothing burger. They gotta be an A tier jobber. I was gonna put him next to Gundyr, but that is disrespectful. Champion, Gravetender, and Wolf. So this is the first DLC boss in the first DLC. It's a cool item. You get the shield and sword and stuff. It's another duo fight though, so it's kind of 2-on-1. You're supposed to beast on them, but it can get a little bit tricky when the dog gets the zoomies, it goes into overdrive, and you have the dude on your ass trying to fight you too. I'm gonna say this is a C tier boss fight. Same with the first DLC boss that we went over. Uh, it's kind of iffy. I feel like the wolf is the harder part. The grave tender is kind of like a nothing burger. Now we have Dragon Slayer armor, which is it's a fun fight, I would say. Um, I'm gonna have to put him in the C tier because it's you made it past Dancer and Aldrich and Pontiff, and nobody that I've talked to has said, "Oh yeah, I beat Dancer. I really wanted to beat the game, but Dragon Slayer armor was just too hard. I couldn't get past Dragon Slayer armor." Because you're immediately coming off a crazy three-piece Pontiff, Aldrich, Dancer, and then Dragon Slayer armor. He's meant to be a jobber. You're supposed to kill him so hard that when you get to Lothric Prince, you have so much confidence that you're going to run through him. He's literally there to just boost you up. C tier. You know, I explained that pretty well. I'm going to put him in B tier. Not looking good for Dark Souls 3 bosses. Demon Prince. This is a boss fight that I don't like because it takes a while. A lot of running and flying and fire. And 2 bosses in one again. I'm going to put this in D tier. This is the first boss of the second DLC. And none of these guys play in the second DLC. But you know who does play? Deacons of the Deep. It's just like 20 jobbers in one boss fight. Dark Univerdeer. So this is where I have a controversial opinion. It is a long boss fight, and they have a lot of health, and they can one-shot you. So it's like a rage bait boss. But it's not like oh bro, you beat Midir? That was so hard, bro. Like it's kind of I would like to put it in like B tier or C tier, but everybody knows Midir and they agree that it's hard. So I'm gonna put it in core member. Because I actually never beat Midir, I'm pretty sure. So I can't just say, oh yeah, that's a jobber. Clearly it's a jobber. I never beat it, so it's a core member. Should put it in the don't remember, but it's not that deep. Dancer of the Boreal Valley. I have to say that the Dancer is a staple of the game. It's one of the ones. I know I said if you beat Pontiff, you're gonna beat the game, but Dancer is another one, which you can beat early too. You can fight Dancer at like level 20, and you can beat them, but that doesn't mean that they're a jobber, because not everyone can beat them, and not everyone does beat them, even way later in the game. It is a hard boss fight. The spin moves, the one shots, the grabs. It's not a jobber. It's a staple. Crystal Sage reused boss. Not at the time you fight it, but in the Grand Archives right after the B tier jobber. You refight an S tier jobber in the Grand Archives. Now we get to Champion Gundyr. Way cooler moveset. Can still parry him. Looks cooler. Has thick armor. You have to fight a crazy S tier jobber to fight him. But it's just cooler. He's harder. He could kick you. I'm going to say Champion Gundyr is a core member. Ancient Wyvern. Easy dunk. You're supposed to literally dunk on his head. Dark Souls 3 is looking like an easy game. This can't be right. There's not Dark Souls. Oh, that's 3. Dark Souls 2. A lot of S tier jobbers and high tier jobbers. Okay. Aldrich, right after Pontiff, right before Dancer. So you would assume it's like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, but it's not. Aldrich is not that hard of a boss fight. They have a crazy big hitbox. The only thing you need to watch out for is the arrows. And if you dodge the arrows, you have about 40 feet of dude to hit. I I gotta put him in D tier. Have to. Abyss Watchers. Okay. Now this boss fight is a good one. I like this. There's one main guy and 2 other little bros that fight each other while you're fighting. 4-man boss fight. Basically a tag team match. We're going to put Abyss Watchers in the core members because this is the first element of surprise. Like, does the little homie want to beat me up, or does the big homie like what's going on? Is the big homie going to get distracted? Is the ref watching? Can I hit him? Are all 3 of them going to come after me? As I'm running away, am I going to get RKO'd out of nowhere? You just never know. And for the last boss, Knight Artorias, gotta put him in staple of the game. Dark Souls 1, classic boss fight. I definitely totally remember doing this. Just like it was yesterday. I remember him so well. Probably just as much as Gwyn or Four Kings. So this is my Dark Souls jobber tier list. Dark Souls boss jobbers. In the S tier jobber list, we have Gravelord Nito, Gaping Dragon, Taurus Demon, Asylum Demon, Stray Demon, Royal Rat Vanguard, Royal Rat Authority, Prowling Magnus and Congregation, Looking Glass Knight, Dragon Rider, Pinwheel, Covetous Demon, Osiris the Consumed King, High Lord Wolnir, Curse Rotted Greatwood, Deacons of the Deep, Crystal Sage, and Ancient Wyvern. In staple of the game, we have Bed of Chaos, Soul of Cinder, Ornstein and Smo, Slave Knight Gale, Pontiff Sullivan, Dancer of the Boreal Valley, and Knight Artorias. And as you can see, there are 0 staple of the games in Dark Souls 2. Thank you for watching.